Hey, if you're new here but enjoying the content, join us. Subscribe now and ring that bell for notifications. Alright, hey, it's Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and you are listening to Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of the comic book industry. 20 of those years were spent at DC Comics right there. I am the world's most charming, elegant, and eloquent man. Great big comic book fan. We'll stick with comics today. After all, this is Comic Artist Pro Secrets, and I'm going to tell you a few secrets about the comic book industry and what I know about it and how things are going, because this is from a website called Bleeding Cool. Brand new article. People are sending it my way. Oh no, Ethan. Oh no. This is bad news. No, this is not necessarily bad news. The title of this article, as most of the articles written by this person right here, is deceptive. It's meant to make you feel a certain way, but it actually doesn't mean very much. This word selling here, this is the weasel word. DC Comics selling almost half as many comics a month as it used to. The actual word should be offering. As you can, let's just scroll down real quick. Spoiler alert, let's just blow this stupid thing up right now. The whole premise of this article is dishonest. No, DC Comics has pared back its line to 52 comics per month rather than, and if you scroll down, and I don't want to give this site too much attention, but as you can see, from month to month, the number of books that DC Comics actually offers for sale varies, and this is probably the lowest number of books that it is shipping out, it is offering to people, in a long time. Okay, and that's probably, believe it or not, a healthy response to the current comic book market. And the current comic book market, something that I talk about on the live streams, is, well, we're in real trouble. Hashtag Comicsgate. The comic book market at this point has become a series of, well, first of all, here's what you need to understand. Marvel and DC Comics are not trying to sell comic books to you. It'd be nice if you bought them. They'd be happy to have you buy their comic books. But unless you are a retailer or somebody who owns a comic book store, or unless you are Walmart or Target, DC's trying to make inroads to those two outlets and subvert the direct market. Unless you are one of those interests, Marvel or DC isn't really trying to sell to you. They're only trying to sell to retailers. And so they have been trying to trick retailers for a long time into buying more copies per issue than there are customers, and they do this through various variant cover tricks. So if there's an issue of Spider-Man number 8, they'll ship Spider-Man number 8 with 8 different covers by different artists, and this accomplishes two purposes. It keeps their exclusive talent busy. It gives them work. They get to do a cover, and it also tempts retailers into thinking maybe they can sell more than one copy of the same book to the collector's market. And in some cases they can. In some cases, some of these variant covers are desirable to collectors, but in most cases, and the way variant covers are offered now, no, the variant covers are not desirable. They're usually 50-50, so you get the same amount. Neither cover is more rare than the other one, and there's just too many of them. And they don't mean anything. They're just, which cover do you like the best? And that's the one you can choose. But retailers still are put into a position where sometimes they're tempted to actually go ahead and order more books than they think that, then there are customers that come into their store. And not only that, the number of variant covers, let's say people do actually buy more than one copy of a single book. Now retailers are unable to tell how many individuals there are that order that particular title or that buy that particular title, and therefore when it's time to go and order the next issue, they have no idea how many to order. Now it's just one scam after another. They'll do another thing where they will say, if you order twice as many copies as you used to order of this book, we'll give you this special variant cover that is going to be super rare and you can sell it. Things like that. It's predatory publishing. It isn't healthy for comics, obviously. It does kind of indicate that comics are in their death throes as an industry right now. This doesn't mean anything, though. This is actually the right thing to do. Scrolling backwards, and I'll tell you more about that in a second, okay? Scrolling backwards, you can see the DC canceled Titans. Teen Titans was on the edge of sales. Damage, okay. And Scooby Apocalypse as well as all of their Hanna-Barbera. Apparently, Hanna-Barbera pulled their whole line from DC. Now, I was there right at the tail end, right when they started doing this. At the tail end of my time at DC, they had just gotten the Flintstones, and they thought it was going to be really funny to take these properties like Snagglepuss and then make them into very sophisticated adult stories. So Snagglepuss is now a gay playwright. And now, I don't know who the market for this is. I'm not sure who these were meant to appeal to. The answer is they appealed to almost no one. And not only that, but they seem to have pissed off Hanna-Barbera to the point where Hanna-Barbera has said, look, it was cute, it was funny, nice experiment. We're going to take all our properties back, and please stop publishing, gay Snagglepuss, if you wouldn't mind. And DC Comics, of course, is not going to try to sell the Flintstones as a straight, just regular version of the Flintstones that used to be on TV. They're going to make it into kind of an adult soap opera, anything to try to get more attention. But, a copy of a comic book about just the Flintstones in this market, well, it's just not going to sell. Okay, you can compare it to Archie numbers or any of the kind of family fare comics that are out there right now. The truth of the matter is the market for comic books is adult males of between the ages of 30 and like 60. And they're probably not going to buy a nice, faithful version of the Flintstones, but you might try to sell them something else, which is what DC did. It didn't work out. And so all of these things are canceled. They're canceling all of these books that they've decided are not working, and that's healthy. That's exactly what they should be doing. So Rich Johnson is trying to kind of stoke some fires here. This is what's known as bait for hashtag Comicsgate. Now, having said that, just because DC Comics is offering and not just selling almost half as many comics as it used to, it doesn't mean that comics are selling well. Comics are not selling well. They've been in decline now for 3 straight years in a row. This is all dangerous stuff. I mean, they're kind of maintaining their numbers by selling fewer copies of comics, but at a higher cover price. And this just doesn't work on a monthly basis. It's just not going to work every single week as people go into the store and are forced to pay $5 for something that they used to only have to pay $2.50 or $2.99 for. That's the only way that they can keep their numbers up where they're used to them being. So in any case, DC Comics did what it should do, which is to pare back the number of comics they're shipping. 52. And by the way, 52 is the magic number. And hold on a second. Did Dan DiDio actually tell me at some point that he wanted to pare back the number of the comics to 52? Because I don't know, 52 is something with DC Comics. It's the number of weeks in a year, but it's also there are 52 universes. There's a whole big thing about this, but I think this might be very, very intentional. In the meantime, Marvel is excreting 90 comics. Marvel is going the other way. DC Comics is going to say, let's pull back, focus on quality as much as we can, and try to strengthen what does sell. I think 3 years ago, DC's plan was to actually cancel the stuff that wasn't selling and then take the stuff that was selling and offer it twice a month on a bi-weekly schedule. Because if Batman sells really well on a monthly basis, surely it's going to probably do just as well if you offer it every 2 weeks, and then boom, we've doubled the amount of Batman that we're selling. Probably the fans are happy about it. This is a great idea. Marvel's idea, just hit them with more stuff. Hit them with more stuff. This is essentially junk mail. I mean, you got 90 comics that you're putting out, 90 books. How many of them are worth reading? This is like opening up your mailbox and it just being full of ads for shopping bag. This is too many comic books. But this is their strategy. Their strategy is going to be to double, triple down, offer more and more product, and just beat the retailers to death, I guess, with unsellable pulp. Now, environmentalists should be concerned. How many trees are dying every single month? I mean, talk about deforestation. Think about Squirrel Girl. Think about all of the times Captain Marvel has been, canceled and then relaunched with the new number 1. So many times. so many times, man. There are no trees creating oxygen anymore, and the lack of oxygen has certainly gone to the heads of those people over there at Marvel Comics. This is absolutely insane. Shame on them. DC Comics acting responsibly, Bleeding Cool not acting responsibly. This is gaslighting. You're supposed to look at this and panic, and you're going to panic for the wrong reason. But the truth is, DC Comics is acting responsibly in a market in which, sadly, comics just aren't selling anymore. And retailers are going out of business, and it's not funny, it's not a joke. And this dude here should be ashamed of himself. And DC Comics keep fighting the good fight. I have to say, I'm still fond. I think they've gone SJW a little bit as well. But they're behaving responsibly and doing what they need to do to try to just keep it going and keep DC Comics healthy. And God bless them for that. So, all right, #ComicsGate. We're gonna keep at it. We're gonna keep innovating and keep trying to find ways to make comic books exciting. We don't want to force people to buy stuff that they don't want. We want to get people excited about comics, get people excited about what we're doing, and then just inspire them to be supportive and excited and invested in the books that we're producing. I wish these guys would do the same. Hey, want to follow me on Twitter? Okay, cool. I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. Talk to you there. Join the fandom menace and execute your own Order 66 with our incredible line of t-shirts, Soylo, a Soy Wars story, Tico, a Soy Wars story, and our brand new smoking hot Soy Wars Plan 9. Make a statement today. This is the only trilogy you'll ever need. The link is below in the description. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the laughing man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.